instead of one movie.
Oh, I see. So why don't you get back on the air and just tell everyone
His
that?
whole career. No, you were saying he was a star and he hasn't had a good run lately.
Yeah. Welcome to reality.
I think it's just,
You know what the problem is, Eddie? You can't be the director, the writer, the producer,
No, you can't be Clark Gable.
Right.
And that was tough because he was a big fan of. I was a big fan.
And he yelled
of
at you?
And that's my first conversation with him. Is
Hey, who wasn't a fan? He
Hey,
was a
I was
baby.
a fan of Spike Lee. It happens to all of us.
He's a real baby.
it was tough. So that and then that made me. I wrote Heather Locklear a letter too. So
Really?
Oh, now
What'd you
you're
say?
apologizing. all over the
Man,
place.
don't ever do that.
No, I just
What did you
felt-
write?
You know why? Because right when I hung up, I felt like a heel.
Oh.
I was like in the cartoons. When
What'd you
think
say
heel.
about Heather?
You got to learn to be like me. Screw
I
these
know.
guys. They're all jackasses. They goof on everybody, but as soon as you say a little something about them, they can't take
I know.
it.
I go back and forth on it.
See, but
Didn't
seriously.
you do a thing with Heather once? So
See,
you
yeah,
worked
she was
with
on
her.
our show.
See,
Yeah.
your career relies on mingling with these people. And seriously, because you're going to be a movie actor and all that
like
stuff.
in the movie, we might need him in it.
Yeah.
Or you
whatever.
might need them.
See, in my career, I've built an entire career where I don't need anybody.
Yeah.
Except for me, Robin, Jackie, and Fred. And I don't
Yeah.
even need Fred. I just throw Fred's name in. I'm pretty sure I don't need him.
We,
But you understand what I'm saying?
But yeah, like, because I do my piece, like people like you would be fun to have on. So I've had Sean Penn on my piece and Jennifer Aniston and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
So I want people to come do my little thing.
Can't have it both ways, Mr. Spade.
Yeah, I know.
No, you can't.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
But I go
That's
back
pretty
and
funny.
forth.
See, because he's real funny when he's goofing on these
Right.
people.
Yeah.
It's great.
You just what you ought to do is get married, have kids, and stay at home with them, and not come out of the house where people can't find
Get
you.
yourself a bunker.
You do
Yeah.
you do want it both ways. Like I do impressions, and I always want them to. I had Michael J. Fox and Tom Petty, and then when they came on the show, I was like, I do. You like me? And they're like, no, that's not how it works.
That's pretty funny. I love
Well,
that.
that Cleghorn woman used to do me. I thought she was hysterical. I've met her.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, well, she was actually being nice to you.
No, she wasn't.
You don't think so?
All I did was giggle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well.
there have been meaner impressions.
Yeah, right.
But I wouldn't have minded. I mean, they've done me before. I think it's cool.
I'm just happy somebody notices me.
Yeah.
What is Jackie keeps writing notes. What is he doing?
What are you doing over there? Would you cut it out? You're distracting
Saying,
Mr. Spade.
I'll be at Pipsqueaks Friday.
Well, he's
Yeah,
ready for his
time
plug. He's like, where is my plug? So how'd you leave off
You're
with Eddie
holding up
Murphy?
Commerce.
Eddie Murphy, I just left off with I'm sorry you
sorry.
feel that way, and
And then he hung up?
it's kind of what we both do. And
That's like, well, you see,
I mean, did he understand anything at all?
I think it was hard to get through. I didn't talk much.
here's what happened to me. I was doing Letterman that night, and I'm sitting there reading the Inquirer, and they got a picture of some girl that Letterman's dating, and it was like all fuzzy and stuff, and it looked like an aerial photograph. And I was just like saying, man, Letterman could get really hot chicks. What, this chick doesn't look that hot. I was just goofing on the chick.
Well, I had given him the picture
Right.
on the air that day, and I said, look who Letterman's engaged to.
Meanwhile, she was like in jogging clothes. She looked a mess in the picture, but she's probably a very nice looking girl. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know what she looks like. So I go there to do the show that night. I do I do my first segment, if you will.
Right.
And I'm sitting there and I'm what I think is killing. I mean, I'm the audience
But
is laughing.
Letterman is being very difficult.
He's being ornery, whatever that is. But that's what he was being.
Yeah.
He's tough.
And then in the commercial, in the middle of the loud music,
Right, it
that
is
stupid
loud.
loud
They
music that's
play-
supposed to keep you from talking to Dave.
Right.
He leans in and he goes, "Hey, give me some loud music." And it's always a bad song. It's always some lame rolling song. It's like he leans in and he goes, "Hey, thanks for making a young girl cry this morning." I said, "What?" "Thanks for making a young girl cry this morning." I was like, what are you talking about?" "Well, what you said about my girlfriend reduced her to tears. I want to thank you a lot for doing that to me." I was like, "What?" I said, "Hey, man, I didn't know anything, man. I was just reading from the Inquirer. I didn't know." All of a sudden, then the loud music goes off, and he cops an attitude. He walks away, and then he goes, "We're back with our guest, Howard Stern."
Yeah, he has to do a second segment. It's not goodbye.
And-
He's got to do another.
And then you know what he
bit.
said? Put up the loud music. He goes to me, "I guess some of us have to make a living taking a cheap shot at people, and I guess that's the only way you can figure out how to make a living." And I was like, "Yeah, that's right. We're not all as scary talented as you, dickface."
You did not.
Well, I wanted to say that. Couldn't. The music was so loud. I didn't want to ruin my voice. I was sitting there in shock.
Oh my God! So
And then he goes, "Okay, we're back with Howard Stern." And I was just like, what a jack-off.
and it just sinks in that he's serious, right?
Yeah.
And you're like,
And I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it was like a deer caught
So
in a
what was that
headlight.
second segment like?
I just wanted to get out of there. It was funny. I mean, I
talk
just
about his girlfriend.
no, I didn't know what to do. It was just like really weird. And then I got home and I said, hey, maybe I'll write him a note and I just started writing. I go, you know what? Who cares what his girlfriend thinks? Screw her. Let her eat me.
You're not going to sit here thinking about his girlfriend to do the show.
And I just said, forget this. I'm not writing any letter. And I ripped up the letter.
Right.
Actually, I saved it. I should have put it in my book. I'll put it in my next book.
All right. You're
Dear
almost
Dave,
letter.
by
Dear
the time
Dave.
you get this, I'll be far away.
Yeah, you don't understand. I was raised in an all-black neighborhood. People used to make fun of one another. Anyway, David Spade's new movie is Black Sheep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to give you the plug.
Oh, good.
I'm going to get rid of you now.
I forgot. Okay.
All right.
But really, my advice, see, I forget everything we do on the show. So when I go out and people start screaming, I go, I don't know what you're talking
Sure.
Yeah, I never remember what I do.
don't
You see how you can
remember
retain
it.
what you said about Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm
I
like,
don't
I
remember
never
it.
talked about you. And then he goes, yeah? Well, why don't you remember saying this? And he tells me, and I go, hey, that's pretty funny. I'll have to go listen to the tape.
It always sounds like something we wouldn't say to me when somebody repeats
Well,
it.
it's true. You guys kill 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we have an excuse. We, you have time to think about what you're going to say. We
yeah,
don't.
you practice it and
That's
rehearse it and
right.
write
That's
it down.
That's
That's
right.
bad.
Well, I'm a big fan of David Spade. I think he's real funny. The new movie is Black Sheep. I haven't seen it yet, but I will go see it.
Great.
Or I might wait till video because I'm very famous. I can't. See if you can get me an advance copy.
Yeah, we were going to send you one. Just
You should
for
have.
us.
I saw the movie Get Shorty at home. I
watched
screened
Get Shorty all weekend.
I screened Mighty Aphrodite. I screened this weekend Mighty Aphrodite with
I
my
liked
wife.
Mighty Aphrodite. That was funny.
Actually, I was just watching TV, but we call it screened in show business.
Right, sure.
Mighty
Aphrodite's pretty funny.
I like Mighty Aphrodite.
Yeah, except for those
The
Ingmar
chorus,
Bergman chorus
the
guys.
chorus was a little weak.
That was lame. And then I screened
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys at
Late
home.
show. Late shift.
I screened Late Shift at home. That was real funny. That's it. People Magazine gave it an A+.
Yeah?
Wow,
yeah, it's really
really?
good. Yeah, and you know how tough they can be.
It's nice to see y'all.
Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And if you want to go to Scores with us on Friday, I recommend you go. I strongly recommend.
I'm scared.
Don't be. Don't be. Give yourself over to it.
Heil Hitler.
Might see that girl again. Huh?
I bet you Big Fat Chris goes to Scores.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can drag him down.
Yeah, why don't you guys come by? We'll bond a little
He'll
bit.
be kicking and screaming all the way.
It'll be fun to bring some celebrities. And like, you don't look that handsome that you'll overpower me. You know what
I've
I'm
never
saying?
been accused of being too handsome.
Yeah, well, you and me both.
All right.
All right, let's take a break. David Spade, everybody. David, take a picture with me.
We've gotten calls. We've taken calls from Cher.
I love that story.
Chevy Chase.
Because you get,
Right there.
Ready?
Hang right there.
oh,
We even have a mark. Look at us. Look how handsome we are.
Very professional.
So this was painless, right? You had a fun time.
it was great.
You were great.
David?
Thanks.
I love it. And,
Yeah, I really do love your work, man. I
Thank
really
you, man. That was,
appreciate it.
it's nice you to let me on. And
It was great.
Was it as hard as you thought it was going to be in there?
it was actually really fun. I mean, I kind of was hoping it would be like that. I didn't think because when I met him at the show, he was really nice, and I know he's got a job to do, but sometimes when he has people on that he knows that I'm trying to be funny, and he knows that I try to take shots of people, and he likes that kind of stuff. So I think he'll be more fair and easy with me, and he was just very loose and cool, and he wasn't really going after me. Asking about who I date and stuff, that's fine. Whatever, he did, everything was fine in there.
Did you learn anything from being in there? Take anything back to Saturday Night
I
Live?
learned how to make friends and how to share.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. No, those guys are funny. And the guy does the sound effects spread. He's always right on top of it. Whenever we listened to Summer during the movie, it was always like, just every little thing they would talk about, he'd have something thrown in the background that they don't mention or anything. And I like when every time Jackie talks or you say his name, he just does an impression of him every single time. Stuff like that makes me and my friends laugh. I like that it's just like a room full of guys trying to make each other laugh, not trying to make people at home laugh. Because I think when you overthink it, then it's not as good. But like what I do in movies or in that show is do what would make me and my two stupid friends laugh.
Exactly.
And then you let them come to you to see if they have the same sense of humor. But when you start going, that's funny to me, but I think they would like this, and you go, no, they like what you like.
Exactly. It's just like listening to a bunch of guys hanging out.
Yeah. It's more real.
Right, exactly. All right, well, thanks for coming, man.
Thanks, E.
Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, we'll see you another time.
Yeah, see you next time.